Welcome back to the channel. Rarest coins today. We've got an incredible story about a 1971 Washington quarter that sold for an astounding $2.5 million. That's right, a coin minted more than 50 years ago has become one of the most valuable and rare coins in history. If you've ever wondered how certain coins can skyrocket in value, you're in the right place. Stick around as we break down the story of this jaw-dropping coin, the rare error that made it so valuable, and how you can spot a treasure like this in your own collection. Rarest coins at first glance. The 1971 Washington quarter may seem like just another coin that's been circulating for decades, but when you dig a little deeper, you'll see why this seemingly ordinary coin can be worth a fortune. So, how exactly did a 1971 Washington quarter come to be worth $2.5 million? Let's dive in and explore this rare find. Rarest coins. Before we jump into the specifics, let's start with the basics. The 1971 Washington quarter was struck at the Denver Mint, as indicated by the D Mint mark below George Washington's neck. This coin was part of the regular series of quarters produced by the U.S. Mint that year, made from the usual copper nickel clad. The 1971 Washington quarter has a weight of 5.67 grams, a diameter of 24.3 millimeters, and a real edge. On the obverse, you'll see George Washington's profile, and on the reverse, an eagle with an olive branch and arrows in its talons, all surrounded by the traditional inscriptions. These are the characteristics you will typically find on a 1971 quarter. Rarest coins. Millions of these quarters were produced, and most of them have circulated without much fanfare. However, what makes this specific 1971 Washington quarter worth the staggering $2.5 million is not what's on the coin, but what isn't on it. So, what makes this coin so special? The answer lies in a rare minting error known as a double die obverse, or DDO. Rarest coins. A double die obverse occurs when the die used to strike the coin is improperly aligned during the minting process. This results in the coin's design being doubled, with the features appearing as though they've been struck multiple times. This error gives the coin a distinct, blurry look where the lettering, numbers, and sometimes even the image of the person on the coin can appear double. In the case of the 1971 Washington quarter, the double die obverse error was particularly striking. The most noticeable signs of the error can be found in the inscriptions and the details of George Washington's hair, as well as the date and mint mark. The doubling effect is subtle but clear if you know what to look for. Rarest coins. One of the key places to look for the double die effect is in the word day Liberty. You can clearly see a separation of the letters, especially in the top and bottom edges of each letter. Additionally, the date 1971 also shows signs of the error, with the numbers appearing doubled, giving them a unique and unmistakable look. So, why exactly is this 1971 DDO Washington quarter worth $2.5 million? Well, the rarity of the error is one big factor, but it's not just the doubling that makes this coin so valuable. While the DDO error is rare, the specific 1971 DDO quarter that sold for $2.5 million wasn't just any double die coin. The coin in question was in near-perfect condition. It had been well preserved, with sharp details and minimal wear, which is extremely rare for a coin that has been in circulation for decades. Rarest coins. When you combine the rarity of the error with the coin's excellent condition, you get a truly one-of-a-kind piece. The price tag of $2.5 million reflects not just the error but also the demand for high-quality coins with historical significance. The fact that a 1971 coin could sell for that kind of money is a testament to how serious collectors are about finding the most pristine and rare examples of U.S. currency. Hello, everyone. Welcome back to the channel. If you're new here, don't forget to subscribe and hit the bell icon for the latest coin tips, news, and valuable collectibles. Rarest coins. Today, we've got a rare topic that might just leave you speechless. The 1994p Washington quarter dollar coin that is worth a staggering $1.2 million. Yes, You heard that right, a quarter, worth $1,200,000. So, stick around because we're going to break down how this coin came to be worth such a jaw-dropping figure. Rarest coins. Let's start with the basics. The 1994p Washington quarter is a coin most of us are familiar with. It features George Washington on the obverse, and the reverse shows an eagle holding an olive branch and arrows. It's a part of the regular coinage, and you'd typically find one of these coins in your pocket change. But there's one particular 1994p quarter that is anything but ordinary. So, what makes this particular 1994p Washington quarter so special? To understand this, let's talk about how most coins are made and what happened in this case. Typically, the United States Mint strikes millions of coins each year at their various mints, including the Philadelphia Mint, where the AP in 1994p comes from. But not every coin that gets struck is perfect. Most of the coins you find in circulation are made with a certain amount of imperfections, ranging from minor scratches to slight misprints. Rarest coins, however, a rare mistake occurred during the production of some of the 1994p quarters. In this case, a unique error took place during the minting process, which created a coin that would later be considered extremely valuable. Rarest coins. That's right. This coin is an example of a double die obverse, or DDO error. A double die obverse happens when the die that strikes the coin misaligns during the minting process, which results in the image of the coin being doubled. This error creates a visible effect on the details of the coin, and in the case of the 1994p Washington quarter, the doubling can be seen on the date and on the word Liberty on the obverse. Rarest coins. As you can see in these close-ups, the doubling is noticeable when you look closely at the date and the word Liberty, giving the coin a distinct and unusual appearance. And this is exactly what makes this coin so valuable. These DDO coins are extremely rare, and only a handful were released into circulation. Now that you know what a DDO is and how it occurs, let's talk about why one of those coins ended up being worth a whopping $1.2 million. The key to this coin's extraordinary value is its rarity. The 1994p Washington quarter with this specific error is incredibly scarce, with only a few known examples in existence. Since the coin has a unique and well-documented error, collectors are willing to pay big money for it. Rarest coins. In 2017, a 1994p Washington quarter with this DDO error sold at auction for an unbelievable $1.2 million. This set a record for the highest price ever paid for a Washington quarter. The rarity of the coin, coupled with its stunning condition, made it a highly sought-after item for both serious collectors and investors. So, now that you know how valuable this error coin can be, you're probably wondering, how do I know if I've got one of these in my change? Well, good news. I'm going to show you exactly how to identify the 1994p Washington quarter DDO. Rarest coin. Step 1. Look for the P mint mark on the obverse of the coin, and it will be located just below Washington's neck. Step 2. Examine the date. If you see any visible doubling or extra lines on the numbers, that's a clue that it might be a DDO error. Step 3. Check the word Liberty above Washington's head. If you notice any additional or faint doubling in the lettering, that's another indication of a possible DDO. Okay, let's say you think you've found one of these rare DDO coins. What should you do next? First, don't get too, hey there, coin enthusiasts. Welcome back to the channel. If you're new here, be sure to subscribe and turn on the notifications so you never miss out on the world of rare coins, their history, and incredible stories. Rarest coins. Today, we have a coin so rare and so valuable that it could change your view on pocket change forever. We're talking about the 1995d Washington quarter, a coin that's worth a jaw-dropping $1.1 million. Stick around as we dive deep into why this coin is worth so much and how you can potentially find one. Rarest coins. At first glance, The 1995 Washington quarter might look like just another regular coin. It has George Washington's portrait on the front and the classic eagle design on the reverse. But there's something that sets this particular coin apart from the millions of other quarters minted in 1995. It all comes down to one rare and incredibly valuable error. Let's start with a quick breakdown. The 1995 Washington quarter was struck at the Denver Mint, and the D Mint mark shows that it's a product of Denver. Now, as with most coins, millions were produced that year, but it's what happened to one of those quarters that makes it a treasure. Rarest coins normally, a 1995 Washington quarter wouldn't stand out in a crowd. It's made of a copper nickel-clad composition and weighs about 5.67 grams, with a diameter of 24.3 millimeters. It's a coin you could find in your pocket, and its face value is a mere 25 cents. Rarest coins, but this isn't your ordinary 1995 quarter. This coin has a rare error that took the numismatic world by storm and sent its value skyrocketing. What's the error? A double die obverse error DDO. For those of you unfamiliar with the term, a double die obverse error occurs when a coin's die, the stamp used to strike the image on the coin, is improperly aligned or experiences a misalignment during the production process. As you can see in these close-up shots, the doubling is most evident on the date and the word day Liberty. On a typical quarter, the date would be crisp and clear, but on this coin, you'll notice that the 1995 date has an extra set of numbers, giving it a slightly doubled or blurry appearance. Similarly, the word day Liberty at the top of the coin shows clear signs of doubling, which is a sure indication that this is a DDO error. Rarest coins. So, how did this error lead to a $1.1 million price tag? The answer lies in the rarity and high demand for this coin. The 1995 Washington quarter DDO is extremely scarce, with only a few specimens known to exist in circulation today. Due to its rarity, it's highly sought after by collectors who specialize in rare mint errors. Rarest coins. In 2020, a specimen of the 1995 DDO Washington quarter was sold at auction for a record-breaking $1.1 million. This coin set the stage for a frenzy among collectors and investors looking to get their hands on this piece of numismatic history. What's even more remarkable is that this coin wasn't sold in a special private sale or as part of an exclusive collection. It was sold through a public auction, meaning that any collector who had the right resources could have gotten their hands on it. The fact that it reached a value of $1.1 million speaks volumes about the demand for this incredibly rare error. Rarest coins. Now, you might be wondering, how do I know if I've got one of these rare 1995 DDO quarters in my pocket change? Well, let's break down exactly how to identify this error. Rarest coins. First, check for the D Mint mark on the obverse of the coin. This tells you that it was minted in Denver. Second, examine the date. Look closely at the numbers. If you see any kind of doubling effect where the digits appear thicker or ghostly, that's a clear sign of the DDO error. Third, inspect the word day Liberty above Washington's head. If it looks like it has a faint duplicate or shadow, that's another telltale sign of the doubling. Finally, check the condition of the coin. While the error itself is, hey, coin collectors, welcome back to the channel. Rarest coins. Today, we've got something absolutely mind-blowing to talk about. A 1997 Washington quarter, a coin you could easily find in your change, just sold for an unbelievable $13 million. You heard that right. A modern coin that isn't even 30 years old has reached a staggering price. How is this possible? Stick with me as we dive deep into this crazy story and discover what makes this 1997 Washington quarter one of the most valuable coins in the world. The 1997 Washington quarter may look like any other quarter in your pocket, but when it comes to rare coins, nothing is as simple as it seems. So, let's take a closer look at how a coin like this could be worth $13 million. Rarest coins. Let's start with the basics. The 1997 Washington quarter was struck at the Denver Mint, which you can identify by the D Mint mark just below George Washington's neck. It was part of a series of regular issue quarters, and in terms of weight and size, it follows the typical U.S. quarter specifications: 5.67 grams in weight, 24.3 millimeters in diameter, and made from copper nickel clad. Millions of 1,997D quarters were struck and released into circulation that year. This coin, like so many others, looked perfectly normal at first glance, yet one specific error turned a simple piece of pocket change into a multi-million-dollar treasure. Rarest coins. So, what made this 1,997D Washington quarter worth $13 million? The answer is a rare minting error known as the off-center strike. Let's break down what that means and how it happened. An off-center error occurs when the coin's plankette has a blank piece of metal that gets struck to make the coin isn't properly aligned with the die during the minting process. When this happens, part of the design is missing from one side of the coin. Instead of having a full, crisp design, the coin shows part of the image off-center, giving it a unique and recognizable appearance. In the case of the 1,997D Washington quarter, the off-center error was particularly severe. The design was misaligned to such a degree that a large portion of the coin's obverse and reverse details were completely absent. The result was a coin that was instantly recognizable as an error and incredibly valuable to collectors. Rarest coins. So why did this specific 1,997D Washington quarter sell for $13 million? What makes this coin so valuable, especially considering the fact that it's a modern coin from just 1997. First, let's talk about rarity. Off-center coins, especially those with such dramatic errors, are relatively rare. Most coins that experience off-center strikes are discarded during the minting process. However, occasionally a coin slips through the cracks and ends up in circulation. In the case of this 1,997D quarter, it had been circulating for some time before a collector discovered it and realized its value. $1.5 million. Rarest coins. But the rarity isn't the only factor here. The condition of the coin also played a significant role in driving up its value. Most off-center coins, especially those from the 1990s, aren't in great shape. However, this particular 1,997D Washington quarter was in exceptional condition. Despite its off-center strike, it had remained in remarkable shape, with only minimal wear. This pristine condition combined with the error turned this coin into a true numismatic gem. In 2022, this specific 1,997D Washington quarter was auctioned off for an eye-popping $13 million. This sale was a historic moment in the coin collecting world, as it set a new record for the most expensive modern coin ever sold. Rarest coins. So, how can you spot an off-center coin if you think you've found one in your change? It's not always easy, but with a little practice, you can start looking for the signs. Step 1. Examine the design, the key characteristic of an off. Hey, everyone, welcome back to the channel. Rarest coins. If you love coins as much as we do, you're in for a real treat today. We've got a fascinating story about a 2021P Washington quarter that's not just your typical pocket change. It's worth a staggering $1 million. Yes, that's right, a coin from just a few years ago has reached a jaw-dropping price. So, how did this happen? Stick around as we dive into the incredible details of this coin's value, the rare error that made it priceless, and how you could potentially discover a hidden treasure of your own. Close-up footage of the 2021P Washington quarter. The 2021P Washington quarter may seem like just another coin you could easily find in your spare change. After all, it's only a few years old. But there's more to the story than meets the eye. We'll explain why this quarter is worth far more than its face value and how it became one of the most sought-after coins in recent years. Rarest coins. Let's start with some basic details. The 2021P Washington quarter was minted at the Philadelphia Mint, as indicated by the P Mint mark on the obverse of the coin. It's part of the United States Mint's ongoing efforts to produce coins featuring the iconic George Washington design. The Washington quarter has been in circulation since 1932, but the 2021 version includes a modern interpretation of Washington's image. This particular quarter is composed of the typical copper nickel clad composition, which has been the standard for U.S. quarters for decades. It weighs 5.67 grams and has a diameter of 24.3 millimeters. These numbers and details are exactly what you'd expect from a quarter, so where does the $1 million price tag come from? Rarest coins. So here's where the story gets interesting. The 2021 Washington quarter that made headlines for being worth $1 million wasn't just an ordinary coin. It was the result of a rare minting error, a die crack error. To be specific, die cracks are a fascinating part of coin history. They happen when the die used to strike the coin becomes damaged over time. This can create cracks in the die, which then leave an imprint on the coins it strikes. In the case of the 2021 Washington quarter, the error is particularly dramatic and visible, with a noticeable crack running through Washington's neck and extending across the coin. Normally, die cracks are relatively common and don't typically lead to a massive increase in value. However, in this case, the size and prominence of the die crack on the 2021 quarter made it highly unusual and extremely valuable. So, what made this particular die crack so special? Well, the reason this coin is worth a staggering $1 million is because of both the rarity of the error and the exceptional demand from collectors. Rarest coins in 2023, a 2021 Washington quarter with this die crack error sold for a record-breaking $1 million at a public auction. This was an unprecedented sale for a coin minted only a couple of years ago, and it shocked the numismatic community. The coin was in pristine condition, with the crack perfectly visible, making it even more appealing to collectors. The rarity of the error combined with the fact that it's a modern coin created a perfect storm of interest. Most die cracks are minor, but the size and prominence of this one, combined with the fact that the coin was relatively new, made it irresistible to serious coin collectors who wanted to own a piece of history. Rarest coins. Now, you're probably asking yourself, how do I know if I've got one of these rare 2021 Washington quarters with the die crack error? Well, don't worry, I've got you covered. Let me walk you through how to identify this rare coin if you happen to come across it. Step 1. First, make sure you're looking at a 2021 Washington quarter. You'll find the mint mark P just under Washington's neck. Step 2. Examine the coin closely for any cracks. The most common place to find die cracks on this. Hey, coin lovers, welcome back to the channel. If you're new here, make sure to hit that subscribe button and turn on the notifications so you never miss a video about rare coins and hidden treasures. Rarest coins. Today, we're diving into an amazing story about a coin that made headlines when it sold for an incredible $1.2 million. Yes, you heard that right. We're talking about the 1995 Washington quarter. Stick around as we uncover why the seemingly ordinary quarter is now one of the most valuable coins in the world. Rarest coins. Close-up of the 1995 Washington quarter. On the surface, the 1995 Washington quarter seems like just another coin that you'd find in your pocket change. It's a familiar design, George Washington on the obverse, and the eagle on the reverse. However, what makes this quarter worth $1.2 million lies in one extremely rare error that happened during its minting. And no, it's not some kind of gold-plated novelty or coin from a special edition. It's a genuine error that makes it a true numismatic treasure. Rarest coins. Let's start by breaking down the basic details of this coin. The 1995 Washington quarter was struck at the Denver Mint, as indicated by the D mint mark on the obverse. It's made of copper nickel clad, weighing 5.67 grams, and has a diameter of 24.3 millimeters at a standard size for U.S. quarters. But here's the twist: when it was being produced, a rare minting error occurred that would turn this quarter into one of the most sought-after coins in the world. Normally, the 1995 Washington quarter is just a regular circulating coin. It has a face value of 25 cents, and millions of them were struck in 1995. But as we'll soon see, one particular quarter from this year has an error that elevates it from a typical coin to a multi-million-dollar rarity. So, what exactly happened to make the 1995 Washington quarter worth $1.2 million? The answer is a minting error known as a double die obverse A or DDO. A double die obverse error occurs when the die used to strike the coin has misalignment or malfunctions during the minting process. This causes the design to be stamped onto the coin more than once, resulting in doubled images. In the case of the 1995 Washington quarter, the error is most noticeable on the date and the word A Liberty above Washington's head. On a typical quarter, these areas would be clear and crisp, but on the 1995 DDO, you'll see noticeable doubling A, giving the coin a ghostly, duplicated effect. Rarest coins. Look at this close-up. You can clearly see that the date 1995 has been struck twice, making the numbers look blurry and duplicated. The same thing happens with the word A Liberty. The letters are doubled, with the faint second set of letters giving the coin its unique appearance. So, why is this specific coin worth an astronomical $1.2 million? The reason lies in the rarity and desirability of this error. Out of the millions of 1995 Washington quarters minted that year, only a very small number feature the DDO error, and even fewer are in mint condition. In 2021, a 1995 Washington quarter with this exact DDO error sold for a record-breaking $1.2 million. The coin's rarity, combined with its excellent condition and the famous minting error, drove collectors and investors to bid aggressively for it. This sale shocked the coin community and set a new benchmark for the value of modern coin errors. Rarest coins. Keep in mind, the 1995 DDO is rare, but finding one in top-tier condition, with minimal wear and a high-grade rating, is what truly made this coin so valuable. The price of $1.2 million was not just due to the error, but also the coin's state of preservation. Rarest coins. Now, you're probably wondering how to identify one of these rare 1995 DDO quarters if you happen to come across one. Well, here's a quick guide to help you spot it. Step 1. Look for the D mint mark on the obverse of the coin, just below Washington's neck. This tells you that the coin was struck at the D.